It's time for the Ella Johnson Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show, where there are two sides to every story. Enjoy the broadcast. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. I know this is not an Ella Johnson show that was announced or planned. But I did need to come live tonight to address what we all witnessed today in social media with the young man who was dragged by the police, Ammarin Tunstall. I think that I've seen so much. I mean, so many of you have sent me information. I've seen the video. I've watched the video several times. And Monroeville just seems like this is it. This is the moment that all of the leaders were prepared for. If you are a leader, an activist, or anything of the sort, a real one, this is the time to act. Now, I want to address a few things. I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to go deep into everything because as a responsible journalist, I like to do my research. I want to know more. I want to see more. To see what's going on in this case. I saw the video. Now that I can speak about, I saw the video of this young man being dragged. Now, any one of you who, if you're a parent, sister, brother, whatever the case may be, you are outraged at that. Now, I want to first, before I get started, which I've already gotten started, but before I go any further, I want to say to the Tunstall family that I am very sorry. I send my condolences to you. This is my love, my heart. This is how I show you I love you, by getting involved and being a voice, right, for Ammarin. Forgive me if I'm saying his name incorrectly, but anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. And we should all get involved. We should all care. We should not just let this be a moment where we just talk, where we just post, where we just feel something. No, this is a time where you got to do something. Every single one of us can do something. This is how I do it. Remember, everybody has their way. So tonight, I really want us to talk about this a little bit, because Monroeville is a place that is known for, incidents like this. Now, do I need to remind you about Johnny D and how that went down and the cover up and all of that? So Monroeville it's not that they can't be that tight, because they've done it before. Now, we don't want to make the same mistakes that were made when Johnny D was put on the fire. What happened to him? He still had his life, but the injustice that he endured was unbelievable. So we are at a moment. I know that we're emotional right now, but we have to make sure that we turn that into to a movement. We have to do something. Now, I will say this. Today, when I saw this, my first instinct was to call the police department. Obviously, I called the police department, told them who I was, why I was calling. And of course, it was, well, Mandy's not here. Where is she? What is her number? I need to talk to her, that kind of thing. But I was able to obtain her cell number. I reached out to her and I said to her, this is not good. We are not happy. What's up? Now, of course, she referred me back to SBI. They're now in charge of this type of thing. So I want my message. The first thing I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to speak to her, and I'm going to do it through this camera right here. And she shouldn't be surprised, because somewhere in that conversation, I probably told her I would do that. But this is the thing. These are not words. This is a community who is tired. This is a community that's not waiting on the leaders that are there on the ground to do anything. there is a community of people outside of Monroeville that's ready to put boots on the ground to make sure that you don't just push this through like you do a lot of other things. That's not what this is about. Now, I know tonight I saw Jamel Brown. I saw his entire live, and I said, you know what? This is the type of activism Monroeville needs. They need people who are not scared, okay? Because you may be used to dealing with people who will just do and say whatever. Now, I told Mandy, I said, look, the community is upset. You need to do something. My last text message to her was, you know, we need to see something. We need to see something coming from your department. I understand SBI has it, but it was your officers that were with him. He was in police custody when he died. One thing for sure, we all know that. So here's the thing. What I need, this is a time where movements begin. Okay? This is how they start. Jamel has already got it started. I applaud him. From my understanding, someone who definitely confirmed with me that they reached out to a former, what is it? I want to make sure I say it exactly like she told me. Info was sent to a former president of the National Bar Association with that video, making sure that Ben Crump got it. Okay. So one of the people, now there may be other people that actually got that information to him, but I know I spoke to one who did for sure. And so this is something that is going to spread, but we need to stay active in it, guys. This can't be one of those situations where we get started. We're emotional today. We don't really know what to do next. So it just kind of dwindles off. That's why you have to have people that are leading this thing along the way. So saying what's next, what do we do next? And then once we say that and we say we need the community involved, then we need the community involved. Okay. If we are seriously tired of seeing stuff like this happen in our community, we need to make sure that we get involved and we just be about it, not just talk about it, but we have to do stuff. Now, tonight I saw where one of my friends who I truly, truly respect and admire is Crystal Tucker, and she made a post about what should happen. Because right now I know that Mr. Tunstall's body is being examined, you know, autopsy through the state, you know, their forensics and all of that. And when I spoke to her earlier, she said, yes, Ella, that is something that needs to happen. The people need to get involved and to get a private autopsy, because there could be, and this is allegedly, there could be allegedly a cover up in this situation. It could be. I mean, it's not like they haven't done cover up before in Monroeville. That's like the thing. Okay. So we know that happens. So let's not be foolish in thinking that it won't happen again, but we have to act, and we have to act now. So she said that, you need a private autopsy to be done. That costs money. It costs money, but we can't stop there. Collectively, if all of us come together, we can pay for that autopsy. Now, one of the things I did do as well is I reached out to the coroner for Monroeville, and that person is Calvin. What's his name? Calvin Casey. I called him, and the moment I told him what it was for, it was like, well, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to refer you to SBI. Anything that has to have, y'all know the talk. All right. So, but that doesn't matter. We will reach out. We need to get a private autopsy that costs money. So, with permission of the family, because I'm not going to move or do anything. Now, I did this live without permission of the family because I just wanted to come in and talk briefly. But if we're going to make the next move, I would like for the family to say, hey, yes, can we all get together and pay for this private autopsy? If you guys want that, either myself or someone else who you appoint, let's get a GoFundMe together so that we can come together, pay for this autopsy, for this to be done independent of what the state is doing. Okay. So we don't want to make any missteps, but we also don't want to just be inactive and just let them say what it is. Let them say, no, we're making demands to Monroeville. Now, I'm going to get to all the other leaders later, but right now we're specifically talking to the police department. You have to be accountable for this. Okay, you need to say something. I say something. Come out, say something. Don't put this all on the SBI. They weren't the ones that had him in their custody initially. That was your doing. You guys, for whatever reason, and I don't know much about the arrest. I don't know why he was arrested. I don't know why they were chasing him. I don't know any facts surrounding that. That's going to take more work. All I am clearly speaking on tonight is the video that we saw. So I want to share my screen with you guys because I want us to look at this together. For those of you that have no idea what this is all about tonight, I want to show this this right here. Monroeville man dies in police custody. Alabama other agencies are investigating. Wait a minute, is that not the video? Somebody shoot me the video real quick. I thought this was going to be the video. I'm sorry. This must just be an article. Somebody shoot me the video so I can actually show that I got this so quick that I didn't get. I thought this was the video that I was looking at. So somebody shoot it to me so we can look at it together here. So let me get off of this real quick so we can get back. But I know by now a lot of you have seen the video. It is hard to watch. It is very hard to watch. Someone put the link here for me in the show. Do me a favor right now because I have a lot of stuff going on, so I can't really do it, and I don't want to lose you guys. So somebody do me a favor and drop the link to the video in the show right here, or send it to. Don't send it to my phone because my phone is dead. I gotta find this video because we really gotta watch it. I thought that was gonna be it, guys. I'm sorry. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. All right. So let's do this. We're gonna make it work. We go make it work. We definitely gonna make it work. All right. So I'm gonna go over here. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. There are going to be a lot of conversation about this video. There's going to be a lot of, believe me, they're probably getting together, getting their story together. We have to be smarter and we have to be a step ahead. We have to say what we mean and mean what we say. We can't just be talk. This is not the time to be all talk. This is not the time to wait on the pastors to come out and speak. This is not the time to wait on the city council to come out and speak or the mayor. We need to put them all on notice. And for the mayor, remind him that he may want to get reelected, or remind him that you trusted him to get reelected. You trusted him. You gave him your vote. I didn't give him his vote. He doesn't owe me anything. Okay. But he does owe you that voted for him. Talk to us. Talk to the community. What are you guys afraid of? Why is anyone afraid to stand up and speak out against this in Monroeville? Now, if there's anything that really pisses me off, the silence, that irks me. That absolutely irks me to no end. That nobody's saying anything. I mean, that's the part that we should get upset about. Now, what we just saw in that video, that was heartless. That was despicable, unprofessional, just don't give a damn kind of attitude. Hey, it was like whatever, like his life didn't matter. And let me tell you something. When you go to bed tonight, I want y'all to remember that video, because I hope that right now something is growing inside of you that makes you know you can't be silent. We cannot be silent over something like this. We can't, because he wasn't my child, but it could have been yours. It could have been mine, but it was Sharon's son. She will no longer see her son. And I miss me with all the what he did. I don't care about that. Don't come to me with that. I don't care. I don't care what he did in his life. I don't care who he did in his life. I don't care about any of that. It is irrelevant. Stop. Don't allow people, don't let people make you think about that more, because that's exactly where they're going to change the narrative. They need to focus on his past. Okay? We see it done time and time again. So I want to be the one to warn you guys, don't fall for the okie doke. That's what's coming next. You're going to start hearing all this stuff. They may even get some people to say some stuff that he did to them. You just never know. I know the tricks. We all know them. What we need to be about is getting this autopsy done and show them that the community stands behind him. That we want justice for him, and we are all in it, whatever it takes. So when that GoFund comes up, after the family gives permission, because I will not do anything or push anything without them saying it's okay, Aliyah, let's get a GoFundMe. Now, when that GoFundMe goes up, we need y'all to donate quickly, because we need to be able to go ahead and get that autopsy done before they say it's too late or before they say whatever. So we're making it known here on the Ella Johnson Show that we are interested in a private autopsy. Well, because we don't trust the state. And I'm just saying that's what it is. I mean, this is something you guys aren't even coming out talking about it. So why should we trust you? Now, people say, well, Ella, why can't you give them time? Why can't you give them time? You know why? Because they've had enough time. You can come and say something to the community. You may not have all the facts. You see how I'm doing it? Coming to the community saying, hey, guys, let's band together. Let's keep it, let's not go crazy. We don't want to make it any worse, but let's put them on notice. You know how we're doing that now? They could have done that hours ago. They had more than enough time. So what we want them to do, Mandy, I'm going to talk to you, but I can call you and talk to you. It doesn't matter. I can do it through here, or I can do it on the phone. Doesn't matter. We can talk. You and I have talked. I respect what you do, but respect what I do and respect what I'm doing right now. I'm standing up for my community. And we're standing up to our community because you are the one that they're looking to hear from. Chief of Police, that's you, right? So we are looking for you to say something. You can text me. It doesn't matter. You can come on the show. It doesn't matter. I don't care how you do it, but do something. Because if you don't, then we're just going to keep going and keep going. People are on the ground tomorrow. Activists are going to be on the scene. I will be in Monroe this weekend, whatever it takes. We're going to go live and we're going to keep talking about it until something changes. Okay. That's how it works. That's what activists do. And that's what people who want to change have to do. Now, I understand that, we do have leaders there and you're like, well, Ella, none of your leaders are showing up. I don't care about that. I'm going to call him out. Just like what Jamel did. He called him out. He was right to do that. Where are you? Where are you? Why is it that in times like this, no one seems to have a backbone? Why is that so difficult? You don't have to know all the facts. Just say, community, we're going to look into this. I don't want to tell you what to say, but if I need to tell you what to say, I'll give you a script. That's kind of in my profession. I will give you a script, but do something. Because then when Sunday morning comes and then when election times come, I'm going to remind the people in Monroeville of this moment if you guys don't come out. It's a shame that people from other cities got to come to Monroeville and take care of your business. This is your business. He was a citizen and a resident of Monroe County. Then Monroe County needs to speak up for him. I don't care if I don't live in Monroe County anymore. As long as I have breath in my body and I have this show, I'm going to speak up for my community. Okay? And I need you guys to be courageous now, be active, be consistent, and don't just talk. Okay? Share all the videos, share all the posts, anything that you know about this. Don't run down there to the police station. Let's Let's talk to the attorneys, and if Ben Crump gets involved and those people, let them guide you on what to do with information you have. Okay? Because we don't really trust everything right now, because they're not coming out. So what I want to say to Mandy is, Mandy, please do the right thing. You're a leader there. You are the chief of police. So do your job and make sure that I understand what you told me today. You said, Ella, you got to go to SBI. Miss me with that. You can say something. Okay. You can say something. If it's nothing but just one statement, you can say something. Chief Mayor, you just got elected. These people trusted you. You told them that you came out when they had when the Stallworth young man that was killed, and you did the little rally around there, or was that just because it was election time? I don't know. You tell me, because if you really care about the community, I need to hear you. I need to hear you, because y'all don't have a problem when it's To Kill a Mockingbird time. Oh, everybody is all involved in the city then. But now when it matters, when a young man's life is gone, don't try to kill his memory because you want to bring up his past. Don't do that. Don't do that, because I know that's what you're going to want to try to do. Don't do that. Let's talk about that day. Let's talk about that video. Let's talk about the police and how they dragged. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, as a mother, my heart is broken. Broken. This baby was dragged like he was not, like his life didn't matter. I want y'all to remember that. Don't take that picture out of your head. Keep that. Keep that and use that energy so we can be active. Now, I will say this. I enjoy my friend, Stephanie. She did a prayer for Monroeville tonight. I hope you guys got a chance to tune in and enjoy that. We do need prayer, but we also need activism. We do need that too. We can't just, I appreciate the prayer and the love and all of that, but there comes a time where we have to put boots on the ground and we have to be active. This is one of those times. This is one of those times. Okay. But I want us to see, we need to get more information. That's why I said tonight, I don't want to go into deep because I don't know all the facts, and I'm not going to talk about something I don't know about. The only thing I can talk about is what I saw in the video, how they dragged him, how the medical attention came too late. They didn't care. And that's what I saw. And I know that's probably what you guys saw. I want to bring up some of your comments. I'm sorry, guys. And another thing, this is the next thing we need, Mandy. I hope you're listening. If you know what, Mandy, I'll do you a favor. I'm going to send you the Tonight Show so you can watch it. Okay. So you won't have any misunderstandings what we need. And I'm going to text you when I get done too, as well. And then I'm going to call you again tomorrow. So what we need, body cam footage. Yeah, we're going to need that, boo. Yeah, we're going to need that body cam footage. Why? We're going to need that because we don't trust you. And we need to see what really happened behind that house. We need to see the pursuit. We need to see what was said. We want to see what kind of names you may have called him. We want to see what your motive really was, because I know you were looking for him, right? You were looking for him. Yeah, and you couldn't catch him. You couldn't find him. You couldn't catch up with him. Whatever reason, your police work just, I don't know, but you couldn't find him. So today you finally got a hold of him and you ran him down. I want to know what was said. What was that pursuit like? What were you saying while you were looking for him? What did he say? Did he beg for his life? Did he ask for water? Did he what really went down? So we need that. Now, the last thing we want to hear is excuses about why you don't have the body cam footage, right? Because we know that could be possible too. So we don't want to hear that. This is not the time to play games. This is a whole different generation. We're not our ancestors. We're not sitting around here just waiting and hoping and praying. No, we're ready to put boots on the ground. We're ready to do what's necessary. No, we're not sitting at home praying. No, we're not sitting at home praying. No, we're not. We're not sitting back waiting for the by and just let people roll over us again. No, we're not doing that. This is a whole different generation. This is a different time. And remember, we got history with Monroeville. We understand how y'all do things. I know you're the new chief of police. You're not the one that I had to deal with before, but you are the chief of police, and I expect you, Mandy. I am calling you out, Mandy, right here on the Ella Johnson Show tonight, telling you that we need the body cam footage, and we needed to be released by tomorrow before Jamel hits those courthouse steps. or wherever he's going, or if Ben Crump is coming. We're giving you the opportunity to release the footage and do the right thing. You know, when I called there today, I said, is there a plan for some kind of conference? No. Well, what's your plan? What I mean, this young man was dragged, and it's all over Facebook. We're seeing all of this. The community is angry. Don't you care about that? So when I asked her today, didn't seem like she cared. So now I'm asking you, Mandy, don't you care about that? Mayor, don't you care about that? Is this what you want your legacy to be? That you had an opportunity to meet the moment, to do something good? If you are not able to do it, then make sure your team does it. I don't know where he is or what his situation is. So I'm talking not knowing that. I'm ignorant to whatever the real case may be. What I'm saying is, even that's not an excuse. Let's do something. Because every citizen matters in Monroeville. I don't care if you like them. I don't care if you don't like the lifestyle they live. That's between him and God. Whatever he did, your job is to protect and serve. And if this young man broke the law in any kind of way, then what do you do next? You bring him in, you take him to court, you try him, you do whatever that is, but you don't kill him. You don't have the right to take someone's life or present circumstances that lead to his death. I'm not saying that the police did something personally to this young man to kill him. We don't know what happened though, but the body cam footage will kind of give us an idea, right? Don't we agree, guys? Don't we agree? So I want to take up some of these comments. And another thing, Mandy, you remember with Johnny D, right? You weren't there then because you weren't, I don't think you were the chief of police during that time. No, you weren't. You weren't. They had these other guys in there, and they may have showed you guys the system. This is how you deal with black folks. You know, you can frame them. You can even get black people to lie on them. You know, we can pay them. See, I know the story about that. And I also know who made that happen, Brian Stevenson. See, that's the man that should be standing down there in Monroeville. He's the one that should have some kind of plaque somewhere because he's the one that really made a difference in Monroeville. I digress. But he is probably going to be in Monroeville as well. Oh, yeah. See, we're going to reach out to him. We're going to use every effort that we can to make sure that your precious To Kill a Mockingbird town is tainted. Oh, yeah. Because, see, I don't personally give a damn about your To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't care if you do another play. I don't care if you make another dollar off To Kill a Mockingbird. That doesn't do anything for me. It damn sure doesn't do anything for the young man that's dead tonight. So I miss me with that. We want people to know the real Monroeville. This is the better time to do it. Let's go. This is the right time because you guys are fake, right? You're sitting around here, and every time you do a Google search on Monroeville, it always brings up To Kill a Mockingbird. That's your saving grace. Yeah, that's your way to make money. You know, people love Monroeville. Well, they're going to get to know the real Monroeville. How about that? And they can thank you for it, Mandy. They can thank you for it, Mayor. They can thank you, City Council. All of you that are sitting there with your little your cushy jobs, and you don't want to do anything. Shame on you. I listen. I don't really care who it is. I don't care who comes out. I don't care who starts the conversation. I'm saying start the conversation because it is a shame that it has to start on the Ella Johnson show. I'm all the way in Orlando. I'm not even in Monroeville. Jamel, he's not even in Monroeville. He's coming tomorrow. It's a shame that all these outsiders got to speak for y'all. What, y'all can't speak? You don't know what to say? Are you scared? What are you what are you afraid of? Why can't you guys speak up for the community? I don't get it. I'm going to take some of these messages I see here. I am 4 subs from 100. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Hi, I love your makeup. Thank you. I see that people are being tagged here. I want to get to some of the comments. I guess that was the link. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you guys sending that link. Criminals deserve due process. That's right, Kim. Criminals deserve. That's why I said I don't really care. Okay, because you're not going to be able to change my mind by saying, "Well, Ella, you know what they were looking for him for? I don't care. You know what he did? I don't care." Now what? I don't care about that. You know why? Because it's irrelevant. It is irrelevant the moment he was dragged. It became irrelevant the moment he died in police custody. It became irrelevant then. Okay. So don't try to twist this to make it seem like he was a bad guy and it's a good thing they caught him. I don't want to hear that. And I definitely don't want to hear anybody in the community talking about that. That's irrelevant. This young man died in police custody. You saw how he was dragged. Okay. Give him some dignity. Why didn't you pick him up? What was so wrong about waiting for the ambulance to get there to work on him? How do we know that something you did didn't cause his death? How do we know that? But I know what, you know how we'll find out? Those body cam footage. Now, I'm telling you, if the body cam footage doesn't come and it's not existing, now that's going to be a whole different problem. That's going to be a whole different movement, okay? Because I hope everybody knows about Monroeville, Alabama, the literary capital of Alabama. I hope they all know about it. I hope all these To Kill a Mockingbird people are saying, "Wow, that's happening in Monroeville. That a man was dragged. Oh my gosh, make it go viral 5 billion times. Absolutely." Get every media that you can there. Everything that you guys know, let somebody know. Let's talk. This is not the time to stay silent. Let's talk about it. Let's make sure that everyone knows how we feel about Mr. Tunstall. Let's make it known. Let's see. Let me get some of these other comments. It doesn't matter who you are, what you have done, or what the circumstances are. We all bleed the same blood, created by the same God. Nobody deserves this. Thanks, Kimberly. And thank you for your love and for being here, dear. I appreciate that. Thank you. See, this is not about race, guys. This is about right. What is right? Kim says, where's the body cam footage? Yeah, we've covered that. What else? What else we got going on here? The leaders are followers in that town. The leaders are followers. The cops were all laughing. It's time to look the devil in the eye. Okay. Full transparency. Yes, we need full transparency about what happened out there yesterday. Full transparency. Like I said, the body cam footage, we need to know what's going on. Because see, this is the thing, guys. You know, for those of you that are not aware of what Monroeville is, I grew up in Monroeville. And I am excited about us coming together. But I think that we love to Bible everything away. We do. And I think that is part of the problem. Okay. I think there are times where God is leading us to fight back. It ain't like they didn't do it in biblical times. Like we're so self-righteous that we just let people run all over us. No, you got to fight back. God gives us the know-how. He gives us laws for a reason. It's nothing wrong with holding people accountable. There's nothing wrong with holding your mayor, your city council, your pastors, and all these people. They want you to come to the congregation and pay your tithes and help their ministry grow. But now we need you. We need you. Where are you? Where are you? So it's going to be very difficult for you to get up there on Sunday morning and talk about certain things. And you want to talk about Trump and you want to talk about all this stuff when right here, right up under you, you got a real situation. See, I probably didn't see this one coming. You didn't see this one coming, but it's here now. What are you going to do? What does your training tell you to do? What does your leadership tell you to do? Because I tell you what leadership does is what we're doing tonight. We're addressing it. We're saying, hey, family, let's come together. Let's do what we got to do. What Jamel did tonight, that's leadership. Okay, what Ben Crump may or may not do, that's leadership. But first business is I need to hear from the family. I need to know from you. Do you want to do a private autopsy of your son, Sharon? And so we can get this GoFundMe started right away. Let's get this money paid right away. Let's find the right person to do this autopsy right away, so that they know that we're not kidding right away, right? So this is how you make movements move. You have to move. You have to do something. You can't just talk about it. I know everybody's emotional. Let's get past the emotion and let's do action. All right. So let's see. Yes, that part. This is truly sad and unbelievable. We see stuff in other large cities, but that video, I was truly sad and it was sad and inhumane. Praying for his family, praying for peace and justice. Well, we are praying for it too, but we also need to move. Brian Stevenson. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, it's unbelievable. and the stuff that's going to come out afterwards. Yeah, Sabrina, I definitely want you, because I know that you understand a lot. The ALEA SBI official report has been released. He had a drug overdose. He was administered Narcan to try and reverse the opioid overdose. Yes, I saw that as well. But I also saw him being dragged, and I also saw that we need to see what happened. What were the events that led up to it? Because I see that he was given that Narcan. I saw that, right? But okay, we need to know all of it. We need the whole story. We need the whole story, right? Don't you guys want to see everything that happened? I do. Facts, Auntie. That's right. That's right, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will inbox you the official State Bureau of Investigation report. I retrieved it from the law enforcement official page. Okay. Thank you, Sabrina. I appreciate that. But then I want to talk to you about some other stuff too. Let's chat tonight, because it's not going to stop there. We're not going to just say, oh, really? They gave him Narcan and because of an overdose? Oh, okay. No, we saw the video. We pissed about that part too. Just saying. Monroe was pitiful. Didn't even make an arrest for lady running car into our house, reckless driving, swept under the rug. We need to make a stand. I have a disabled child. Justice for him and prayers for his family. See, that's the thing about stuff like this, guys. When it comes out, we find out a whole lot of foolishness, right? That should have been talked about. And in a lot of cases, they did. Nobody just didn't do anything about it. That's part of the problem. Y'all gotta stop believing everybody that says that they're your leader. No, don't let leaders, you pick your own leaders from now on. Stop just relying on these people, because y'all got excited. Oh, Pastor, the mayor, he's a black mayor, and it's great. First time in Monroeville. Okay. Well, I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call and see if I can get him or someone from his office, because I understand that there may be a reason he hasn't. So I want to be fair to the mayor. I do want to be fair to the mayor, because he may not be able to say anything right now. So I want to be fair. So if that is the case, I do want to apologize on that regard, but that's no excuse. We still need to hear. Acting mayor doesn't make me any difference. We need to hear from somebody. All right. Crystal says, Sabrina, please share the CBC, UDS, and the toxicology report you have and explain the pathophysiology of the mechanism of death. I'll wait. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. The CBC, UDS, and the toxicology report. Right. That's right. We need it all. We're not, hey, that's the cover up. That's the cover up, Ma. It's not official. That's the cover up. Okay. So he's responding to her. That's the cover up. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. She said the toxicology and autopsy report is not out. It takes time to get it done. I suppose I can only share the official state of Alabama report, as I stated above. Okay. Well, see, one of the reasons we're here is because we know Monroeville better than, anybody, that they hide stuff and they lie. And in fact, we saw how Johnny D went all the way to death row because they covered up some stuff and lied. So we're just kind of like, don't trust them all the way right now, Sabrina. That's where this is coming from. Okay. And thank God, whoever took that video, thank God they did. Or we would have never known what really happened to him today, as far as how he was treated. That was inhumane. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. I don't care what nobody say. There's no excuse for that. Crystal says numbers don't lie and science doesn't lie either. Wilcox, Monroeville has been corrupt for years. They had an officer by the name of Michael Gibson that body slammed a woman to the ground, and he was proven racist by his own mother, and nothing was done about it. Well, you know why, guys? Because your voice isn't loud enough. The voice isn't loud in Monroeville. It's not loud. It has a whisper. And I don't know why. I can assume one reason is because people don't want to lose their jobs. They don't want to lose their status. They don't want to be unliked. Well, these people come to my business. I am not fixing to piss off people because they don't want to come to my business. This is what I say you guys start doing in Monroeville. Find out who really cares about the community. And this is how you know who cares, because they're doing something. They're not just making money off of you. They're actually fighting for you when times like this come. I don't care what Ellie, certain people are not gonna talk because they got a lot to lose. They got this business in Monroeville. Okay. I there are no excuses when you see stuff like this. That's all I'm saying. And those of you that are angry, I want you to keep it. Keep that anger. Now we're gonna keep praying. I understand. I'm not trying to dismiss what Stephanie said tonight because she did a great job. But I believe in activism. I believe in acting, action. Those are all the words that come from activism. Okay. I also believe in praying, but I believe that praying without doing so, I think that God opens up these doors like this for us to do something. I don't think He's just gonna change the hearts of the police department just like that and they're just gonna do the right thing. No, sometimes you have to push them into it. This is how we start doing that. All right, I can't right now. I don't know what that's all about. Wilcox, yes, ma'am. I am a state armed officer. The report is from the ALEA SBI official website. Okay. Alabama does not release body cam footage. Alabama state law. Really? Really, Sabrina? No body cam footage for Alabama? Wow. Can you pull up the law? Bring that up for me, Sabrina, that Alabama does not release body cam footage. Why? Why doesn't Alabama release body cam footage? That's kind of suspect right there. So you're telling me they can just do whatever the hell they want to do and you can never know what happened to your family member? I need to see that statute. I want to see that. I want to see that so that I can read that. I really want to see that. I really want to see it. Because I did not, were you guys aware of that? That Alabama doesn't release that? Well, we will wait on the autopsy reports to come back to be proven what happened. Okay. And that's why the people talking about an OD need to do like Elmer Fudd and be very, very quiet, AKA STFQ. Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw that too, that it was an OD. I saw that as well. I saw that. Who administered it? See, lots of questions here, guys. This is how we get it started. Where's the chief, mayor? What's their statement? That's what I'm saying, Dolores. Well, listen, I did send a text message to Mandy. I text her. I called the police department, and I text her before I went live. And now I'm telling her on the live, and I'm gonna send her the live. Right? This is how we do it. And I don't care how many times she says go to SBI. That doesn't mean anything. We want to hear from you because your guys were the ones out there. And yeah, we need to hear something. Are they gonna be fired? Are they gonna be reprimanded? Like what happens to them? Because I need to hear from somebody. Was that protocol? How these officers, because I already know the answer, but I'm just gonna be, let's pretend I don't know. All right. Was that protocol for what they did today by dragging him? Is that the best way to take someone from a scene? Like he was walking. I mean, you act like he was walking. He was being dragged. Was he already unconscious? Was he already dead then? Like, when did he officially lose life? When was it? Was it behind that building? Was it when they were dragging him? Was it because they were dragging him? Like, what was really going on? That's the kind of stuff we want to know, right? That's it. That's all. Do just pray and march. No, listen, guys, I understand how we've done things, how we think what's effective. No, what is effective is we need to pay for this autopsy, get our own autopsy report. That's how you do it. You need to keep sharing it. We need to keep talking about it. Call your state representatives and all these people, your senators, and make noise. You have to make noise. You can't just be on Facebook. You have to call people. You have to complain to people. You need Monroeville on the map for this. You know why? And you know why I know Mandy's going to call me and she's going to want to deaden this? Because they don't want their precious Monroeville to get a bad name. Like, it's so that the cops up there are wilding out. Y'all don't want to come here for To Kill a Mockingbird. She don't want that. You know what I'm saying? That's why so much is covered up, because they want to paint a picture of Monroeville that it's this nice little quiet country town. And it's so quaint because this was the home of Harper Lee. Miss me with that. Well, guess what? If we can't get what we want, you can't get what you want. I think that's fair, right? It's time out for us always being so submissive to everybody, giving them what they want, making Monroeville so great because of this. Every time you turn on the media, or anytime you Google Monroeville, Harper Lee comes up. Nothing about what anyone else has done. You don't hear it. They make it seem as if it's just a nice little place, but we know what's going on, and they're going to know too after this. So y'all share it, talk about it, call people tomorrow. I wish I had the numbers up where you can call people and complain and say, look, they're not giving us what we need in Monroeville, Monroe County, what's going on. Now, they may send you different places. They may say, well, you got to call this person. Don't give up. Whatever you have to do, we know we got to be in touch with SBI. They are the ones investigating this case. When something like this happens, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sabrina, when it comes to stuff like this, then the SBI has to take over and do the investigations. Correct? I just want to make sure, because I know you said you're an officer and everything, but just understand the passion that's coming here tonight. I don't want anybody arguing and being disrespectful. I don't want that kind of thing, but I want you, Sabrina, just to understand that this is a community that's upset today. Okay? The community's upset, and we're just looking for a way now to move forward and do what we can to bring justice for Mr. Tunstall. She says, naturally, I said the Alexa SBI released report of Narcan administered. Argue with them, not me. Okay. Ask ALEA SBI in Montgomery, Alabama. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to pull up these. Mayor is in the nursing home. Okay. So I had heard something like that, Cynthia, that he was probably not, that he was under the weather. Well, the city doesn't stop just because he's in the nursing home. God bless him. I pray that God heals him and he gets better, but we still need to hear from someone in his office, okay? Because I'm sure the city isn't running with just no mayor. Interim doesn't make me any difference. I don't care. We need the leadership of Monroe County to come forward. I don't care how we do it. I don't care if we have to go to the nursing home and get something from him if he is able to speak on this. If he isn't, let him rest. Let God heal him so that he can come back. But then we need somebody that's in his place to do it. Doesn't make me any difference. I don't care who. Somebody need to do something. That's all. What's so wrong with that, guys? Well, Sabrina, if he was overdosing, why they didn't stop and administer CPR instantly rather than drag him on concrete? Make it make sense. That is why people are upset, is because we saw the video of how they dragged him. That was unnecessary. That should not have happened. There's no way. But you are not a medical examiner or a toxicologist. Okay, so I'm assuming Crystal is talking to Miss Sabrina. All right, so correction done about it. Okay, that's standard procedure and based on the report of the officers. Okay, for sure. Okay, autopsies can be done at no cost to the family under certain circumstances: violent deaths, suspicious deaths, deaths in custody. Yeah, because I reached out to the coroner tonight, and he referred me to SBI, the DA, and all those kind of people have to be the ones to say do an autopsy or something to that effect. So we're gonna follow up tomorrow, but nonetheless, we can start this GoFundMe for an autopsy if that's what we got to do. But I just need to hear from the family. Crystal says, how in the hell do they know what was in the system without a toxicology report or autopsy? This is true. His mom will call you once this live ends. Thank you. Thank you, Dasha. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me give you my number, 407-33. Well, you know what? Inbox me and I'll give you my number. Woo, Jesus. Inbox me and I'll give you my number. Mayor Andrews is in the nursing home recovering from a stroke. Oh, wow. Ooh. I'm sorry to hear that about the mayor. I am sorry to hear that about the mayor. Because if he's not able to be there, he's not able to be there. But however, my statement still stands. Someone needs to speak in his place then. That's all I'm saying. Either him City count. I don't know the protocol for who should say something, but no one has. This is my point, guys. And I just don't understand how people just don't care enough to say something. Or maybe they're just waiting until they know more. I don't know, but you can at least say sorry to the family, my condolences, something. I mean, this young man died in your custody. I'm not saying that you did something to cause his death. I'm not saying that here because I don't know all the issues. I don't know all the results. I don't have any autopsy reports. I don't have any of that. What I'm saying is this is about being compassionate and just showing some kind of, some kind of love to the family that, this young man is dead. That's all we're saying. He was pepper sprayed and tased multiple times, and the people outside heard him cry out for help. They continued to tase him. Once he was unconscious, they dragged him to the patrol vehicle. Okay. Well, I can't say anything about that because I don't know that to be true. So if that's what happened, Kaya, thank you for that comment. But like I said, I'm definitely not going to talk about something and I don't know all the stuff. I just wanted to come tonight to talk about the video and how inhumane it was. Sabrina Mass, but you are not a doctor, nurse, pathologist, coroner, or medical examiner. Okay. This is what happened. Okay. Oh, wow, Dasha. Now, if you're family of him, I just want to say I'm so sorry what happened to you, dear. But we are here tonight because we care. This is definitely what the Ella Johnson Show stands for. I grew up there in Monroeville, and I walked these same streets where he was, and we care. And we just need everything that you guys need us to do. We want to follow, but we want to let you know that we're in it. I will be in Monroeville. I would love to see you guys when I get there. Maybe we can go live again from Monroeville and just kind of keep this message going. Whatever you need from me, I got you. Okay? I got you. Are cops trained to drag human beings? That's all I'm saying, Kim. That's all I'm saying. Are cops trained to drag human beings? Is this how they treat everybody? Like, come on. Why isn't anybody speaking on that? What is the protocol? I need a police officer in here tonight. Tell me what's the proper protocol when you need to get someone and get them in the car. If you see that they're in some kind of medical emergency, are you supposed to move them? Are you supposed to call the ambulance and have them get to him? When they picked him up, this is what I want to know. When they picked him up, when they put him in that car, did they go to the hospital? Or did they go to the detention center? Because if you went to the detention center, why go to the detention center if he was having a medical emergency? I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm just asking, honestly. Mr. Percy Parker. Faith without works is dead. That's what I was trying to say, Crystal. Thank you, because I understand. I think one of the things that frustrates me sometimes is when we need to be an activist and we just want to pray and then nothing is done. And then we wonder why we don't get anything done. Maybe it's because we have to act. We have to show action. We have to do something. We have to move. We have to fight for what we want. And God will help us with it, but we got to do something, right? Okay. Bullshit. Under Section 1983, they will have to unask that footage. Okay, so basically what Crystal is saying, that yeah, they do have to release body cam footage. I will have to look at that. I don't know, guys, on that part. I'm not going to get into anything legal tonight because I'm not trying to be that person right now. I'm calling out to the community. That's what I'm here for. Hey, Ella. Hey, Trey. What does the American Civil Liberty Union guidelines say about protocol after a taser has been used? Good question. Can somebody Google that? Let's answer Reverend Johnson tonight on that, because I do not know the answer right off the top of my head, sir. What does the American Civil Liberty Union guidelines say about protocol after a taser has been used? So I'm assuming we know that a taser was used, okay? Monroeville, Alabama is represented by State Senator Robert Stewart, who serves District 23. Contact info. Girl, see, that's what I love about you, okay? This woman is a woman on a mission. I want y'all to take down this number. Every single person There are like, I see like maybe 158 people that I can see that are watching right now. I need every single one of you to dial this number tomorrow. I'll call it out, 334-261-0860. Every single person call, give them his name, Ammarin. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing his name, Ammarin Tunstall, and that what happened, he was killed in police custody. You are demanding you want cam footage of what happened out there yesterday. We demand answers. Keep every single person call. If you can't, call and send a message. Leave a message if you have to. I'm telling you, this is exactly how we, and go online. Give us the website, okay, so that people can go online and also send a message, because you can. I want you guys to flood them with emails, phone calls, emails and phone calls, all day tomorrow. Matter of fact, do both. This is how you make a difference. This is better than marching. Marching may get some attention, but this gets some action. This is what you get your movement from. You have to go and you got to keep going. 334-261-0860. Everybody call. Do that, okay? Tie your senator lines up tomorrow. That's right. Thank you, LK. I appreciate that, dear. Thank you so much for that. Y'all find me some answers. He's back on the job. Rita says he's back on the job. So is he in the nursing home or is he back on the job? Okay. Yes, he is. And when the mayor cannot serve, the next person in line is the mayor pro tem. That's how it runs. Okay. Thank you, Trey. Okay. That's what we got to do. Sharon says, no, ma'am, that is not protocol. That's downright disgraceful. They treating him like this is slavery days. No matter how they try to sugarcoat it, it's not right. It was clearly a racist act. Enough is enough. Your man did not deserve this. And may God please comfort his family. Okay. Thank you so much, Sharon. I appreciate that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Crystal says, Ella, please stop asking. Please stop asking a fox to help you gather eggs in the hen house. Police cover up and lie for each other. So getting info from one of them means nothing. Okay. Well, what we want to do is we need her to say something. And the reason for that, Crystal, is because we want to hear what they're going to say. We need to be able to take this from the beginning all the way to the end to see, because I'm curious. I know you guys are curious what she has to say. She needs to say something. I know that. And I'm telling you, when Jamel goes to that courthouse tomorrow, I want y'all to do me a favor. I need all kinds of footage. Tag me in. Somebody go live. Get some good pictures. Get good photos. Whatever. Get some shots to see who's there. As far as like, are the police there? Or any of the city officials showing up? Because he has made it known. It was on Facebook that he's going to be there. Let's see who shows up in your city. And I want y'all to take note of it. And I want y'all to remember, okay? Because it ain't about what people say, it's about what they do. You know, there's a saying that says, I can't hear what you're saying because I see what you do. Just saying. She said, I was about to tell you same. Yeah, I've been taking care of Mayor Andrews at Inglewood Nursing Home. He's still in his right mind. Okay. So if he's still in his right mind, then we expect to hear from you, sir. We ain't trying to stress you out, but you are the leader. You are the mayor, and you do manage the police department. Isn't that how it runs? Is not the mayor the one that manages the police department? Somebody tell me if I got that right. Okay. Trey says the person to speak in absence of the mayor is Mayor Pro Tem. Okay. So that's actually his name, Pro Tem. Okay, Pro Tem. All right, looks like we have a comment from Anthony Thomas here, guys. Let's bring this up and let's read what he says. He says, Ella, I care about my community and I plan to reach out to the family. I'm sorry for what happened. They are in my prayers. Never worry about where I am. I'm going to look out for my people. Just because you don't see me on Facebook, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Let's pray for this family and they will see me soon. Thank you so much, Anthony Thomas. Don't worry about where I am. Well, I mean, we're not worrying about where you are. We're just saying, we're just calling out. Okay. This is not trying to bash you guys, but I mean, there's not a lot of action that goes in Monroe. And I think you guys know that. So it's not like I'm saying something that we're not familiar with, but we appreciate you for making this comment tonight and being here. And family, you see what he said. He is going to reach out to you. So that is one city councilman who is here tonight, making it known that he cares. And that's it. Well, my thing is, I understand not everybody likes to be on Facebook and do whatever they do. But it needs to be, the noise has to be someone has to address it before it gets out of hand. And when people aren't hearing from anyone in leadership in Monroe, they tend to spin the narrative and it gets out of hand, it gets out of control. But we did have him tonight. Someone must have reached out to Mr. Thomas. I have to give him kudos. He was here. He addressed the family here on the live. So thank you, Anthony Thomas. Much appreciated. I'm sure that a mayor pro tem or other officials acting in the mayor's absence. Okay. So guys, I think that, this is fresh. Let's give people time to, thank you so much. No, the detention center, okay. So you're telling me then that when he was being dragged into that vehicle, they didn't take him to the hospital. They took him to the detention center. Did they get medical attention at the detention center? Is that what happened? Is that why they took him to the detention? I'm just trying to understand, if he was having a medical emergency, why take him to the detention center? Unless the ambulance, they have medical facility there or something. I don't know. I'm missing something. Like I said, I don't know everything about this. No, they didn't go to the hospital. Okay. See, that's a problem. Okay. Now I've had a couple of people tell me, no, Ella, they didn't go to the hospital. Why not? Why not? Why do you guys think? Why not go to the hospital if something was wrong with him? Clearly in that video, he seemed to be out of it. He was dragging. Anthony, you're here. Let's ask you. Why were they dragging him? Is that protocol for Monroe Police? Now you may not want to answer that because they're not under you. But I'm just asking. If you can answer it, answer it. If you can't, then you can't answer it. But I'd like to know, and I'm sure the people watching here would like to know, why is it that he was dragged and put in the car and taken to the detention center, not the hospital? That's a pretty reasonable question. Thank you, Dasha. Thank you, all of y'all, for bringing that information to the table. We have a city councilman here watching, so maybe he'll answer, maybe not. Dondra says, someone needs to say something. Mandy, for sure. They post right after drugs has been found, but never after death. And now death that is on their hands, it's still nothing being said. But only if it was drugs, they're quick to move. No justice, no peace. They went to the detention center. That is when they called emergency services, not at the scene. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Felicia. They went to the detention center. That's when they call emergency services. That still doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying to see where that still makes sense. If he was having a medical emergency, I'm assuming that's why they put him in the car, because he was having a medical emergency. You're delaying time. Why is it necessary to go to the detention center if he's unconscious? Why not take him to the hospital? I still don't get it. That doesn't make it clear for me, because that still doesn't make sense. All right. If he was suffering a medical emergency, which includes overdose, he should have been treated at the scene or transported by way of ambulance. Okay, here we go. That's another good question. Why wasn't he, if he was having a medical emergency? I've never seen police, other than ICE, I've never seen police take someone from, if he's having an issue out there, I've never seen them put them in his car. I've never seen that. So that's our problem. We have a problem with that. I haven't seen anybody that's taken the cobwebs out of my head yet on that one. He was unresponsive, put in a car. Who knows what happened to him in that car? That's why you don't do that. You put him in an ambulance where they can help him. They can assist him. They can probably put oxygen on him, give him water. Maybe they can help him in those little precious moments. Could it be those precious moments that cost him his life? I would like to know, why did you put him in the police car and not call an ambulance to take him from the scene? Good question. Anthony, you're here. We appreciate it. We're just so excited that a leader from Monroe County is here. So we'd love for you to answer that if you can. If you can. If you can't, I understand. That's not your scope. That's not your scope. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but we do want answers. Well, yes, I am trying to put you on the spot. I take that back. Crystal says transport by way of EMS is protocol. Okay. They really supposed to wait on medical assistance and not move them tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. Looks like I'm getting my answers according to police report. Vicky Mosley, post it. Okay, post it. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ms. Vicky. Please expound, guys, because I may be slow on my comments. Satrina says, if it goes in the skin, you have to call for medical attention. You're not allowed to shoot it, but twice. Okay. Are you talking about, what are you talking about? If it goes in the skin, you have to call for medical attention. Okay. I'm not sure what that is there. The same thing that the Constitution says in Amendments 4, 5, 4, 7, 5, 7, 6. Okay, the same thing that the Constitution says in amendments. I'm sorry, I can't read that. I'm sorry, guys. In Alabama, for what I understand about the state in general, the police don't have to release body cam footage immediately because they can say it's part of an ongoing investigation. Okay, now we're getting more into the meat and potatoes of what is. So the body cam footage can't be released right away because I've seen that in other cases where it could be like maybe a week or 2 weeks before they actually release the footage. But Kenneth, answer me this. Is in Alabama, is it, first of all, do police wear body cam footage? Do they actually have body cams on in Alabama? Is that like a state law for Alabama that they have to have it at all times? Like, what is the rule? I want somebody to give me the statute about body cams in Alabama. Or is it something that's only based on that county and what their rules are? You know, is it like state law or is it basically a local thing? What does the law say about that? These kinds of things are helpful for people to know because knowledge is power, right? Because we don't want to. Okay, what is this? Okay, so I'm assuming this is okay, guys, here's the link. I want you guys to click on this link and I want y'all to do it tonight. You don't have to wait till tomorrow for this. Click on this link and I want you guys all to go in there and state what you need to say to these people. Crystal, you're very good at this. Can you drop some kind of script in the comments for what people can say? Because Crystal is you know, she's a legal expert here on the show. She's very good with legal issues. She's a member of the national and the local bar association, national and both bar associations. I know one is the national. I don't know what the other one is, but she's a member. So she has some knowledge about the law. So if you can do me a favor, Crystal, and drop a script in the comments for people to just copy and paste in this link when they go in there tomorrow. And just, you don't have to think about it. Don't try to worry about what to say. Just copy and paste and put it in there and send it as many times and do it every day. Don't just do it one time. Let me tell you guys the way it works. I know one of the things that happens is every day these people they have like a staff member or like an intern that records everything that's coming into them. And they have to give it to them every day so they can see all the calls or emails or whatever correspondence that's coming in for that particular official. So you want to make sure to keep flooding it. Don't do it one day and then get other people to do it. This is the activism that you can do right from your computer. You don't have to sit on the street. You don't have to march and get all sweaty and all that. You can do this right from your home. And it is just as or more effective than being out on those streets. I'm telling you, this is how we make changes. We have to do it this way. I'm telling you. I promise you it's the best way. I've seen it. I've been a part of a bill that became a bill that became law simply because of all the activism that was done in getting the correspondence. I was emailing, I was calling, I was mailing letters, personal letters. I mean, like writing a letter, and I was getting people to do it as well. So this is how we make a difference. And I'm telling you, if we really want to see justice for Mr. Tunstall, this is how we have to do it, guys. Getting angry and just being vocal here on Facebook, that's not enough. That is not enough. So I encourage you, please. Marching ain't gonna get you but tired and a new pair of shoes. Okay, Crystal, I appreciate it. HIPAA was just violated, and that's a liability. Expound on that, Crystal. When you say HIPAA was violated, tell us what that means for people that are watching this. All right. We have a lot to read here. She says, they barely show up to a scene. You know, they're not going to be there. I've lost a mother and brother to domestic violence right here in Monroeville. Oh, wow. One thing I've learned about Monroeville, Excel, Frisco, and all, they all stick together. They're going to cover up for each other, and nothing is going to be done unless someone forces the issue. For one, they're voting the wrong people in. Everyone just wants the title, but no one wants to actually do the job. Voices need to be heard to the right people, not these low down. Okay. Well, I think that is the sentiment of a lot of people, but I have to give Mr. Thomas credit. He did show up here tonight on this. That's his first step. That's a good start, right? But let's see what happens next. Because just going and telling the family, hey, we need more than that. We appreciate it. We appreciate you coming here. Please don't discount that. But we need more, and we need some guidance on, okay, what else? What can we do? Because just telling the family, we're sorry, we appreciate that. I'm doing that, and I'm not even a member of city council. We can all do that. They need more than that. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying, for real. All right, Crystal says, mighty funny. No action was planned or visit made until the show. The young man died yesterday before the show. Put it on Front Street. Crystal is actually very right about that. Just saying. And then for you to say, don't worry about what I'm doing. Okay. That's cute. All right. I don't care. I'm not the enemy here. Okay. We are one. We are one community, and you represent a part of it. Represent meaning you're getting paid to do it. Okay. I don't get paid to do it. I do it because I care. You see the difference? I didn't need nobody to tell me to do it. I did it because I care. I did it because this is my community. I did it because they need someone to speak up for them. Yeah, I did it that way. So for you to say now I'm going to go, Crystal's right. You did it now. So I'm not the one that needs to be impressed. You don't have to do anything for Ella. You don't have to say anything to appease Ella. You don't have to put it on Facebook. That is not what we ask. But this family needs you, and they need to know what to do. They need answers. They want to know why their loved one was dragged and treated that way. Now, you may not be able to answer that, but you know the people who can. And they may not listen to me, Mr. Thomas, but they'll listen to you because you work for them, right? Y'all are all running in the same circles. You see Mandy, you see all of them. So what we're saying is use that leadership and that title to do something good. Okay, because anybody can go and tell the family, I'm sorry, what happened. We're all doing that tonight. And none of us work for Monroe County. I'm just saying. Okay. I mean, that just kind of, I'm just feeling some kind of way. Like, you don't need to worry about what I'm doing. No, I'm not worried about what you're doing. I'm not worrying what you're doing. I'm just calling you out on what you're doing and not doing. That's all. Christine says, I thank God for you and your podcast. It helps us. The proper help when needed. Christina, listen, Christine, I appreciate you. This is very easy to do. It is, love, because I'm from Monroeville. I love Monroeville, but I can't stand spineless leaders. Pet peeve. Sorry. I can't stand it. And I can't stand people that do stuff, call themselves a leader, and they just don't. And I really don't care. I mean, you guys, every one of you can email to me tomorrow. I don't care. If it makes you move, then my job here is done. That's all I wanted. If you move, that's all I wanted. So my job is done. But you're welcome, dear. It's my pleasure. There is no emergency room in a jail. See, Crystal, that's what I'm talking about. This is why I don't understand. Why did y'all take him to the detention center? That makes no listen, we're not slow, okay? Let me just point that out there. We're all very intelligent people and we can see through the BS. I'm just saying, we can see through it. Okay? And for you to say that you felt like it was necessary and more helpful. I can see if one of y'all were administering CPR in the car. Did that happen? Because I can't see. I mean, you were dragging him. You didn't think his feet were getting scraped up, or you didn't think maybe you were hurting. You didn't think. You don't see how that looks. You don't see how that looks. I'm just saying. I don't understand. Cops code. Dead man can't speak. That's a very good point, Kim. You know, a dead man can't speak. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know. Allegedly, it could be. Allegedly. Did I say allegedly? That means I have no proof, right? Okay, y'all got that? Allegedly, it could be that perhaps they were frustrated. It happens. Cops get frustrated. Y'all see the videos. I'm not the only one. Perhaps they were frustrated that they, from what I understand, this is one thing I do understand, that they were looking for him, and that's why they were chasing him, right? He ended up going back there or whatever, and now they're mad because you're making us run. And for the stuff you may have heard that he's done or whatever, allegedly. And now you're going to make sure he doesn't get to the police or gets help as soon as possible because you're hoping he times out. Allegedly. Allegedly. And the wording clearly say on the dispatch call that it was at the detention center rather than take him to the hospital. Wow. The wording clearly says on the dispatch call that it was at the detention facility rather than take him to the hospital. That's it. Let's see if they talk about this like them three women. They kept making sure everybody saw every hour on the clock of the day. Yeah, talk about this death like y'all did the vote. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Pretty makes a good point. Y'all did blow up those women. You did. You did. And I know why you did. I mean, come on. We understand. Alabama, I understand you're trying to get the save election. What is it? So what is it? It's the Make Elections Great Again, the MEGA Act. I understand you want to really get that one. Y'all want the Save Act, but you really want to slide the MEGA Act in also. It's like a cousin to the Save Act. I get it. That's what y'all want. They're really trying to stick it to y'all in Alabama when it comes to voting. Just saying. That's a whole different show. But you're right, Pretty. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, let's see how much this gets talked about. So the EMS call recording will verify that. The number of, post the number and email. Okay, post the number and email. The post the number and email for what, Vicky? Are you talking about to call Alabama? Is that what you're talking about, dear? Because she did post it already. We can pull it up again, but I'll have to go and find it. It's up there somewhere. Okay. Crystal says, any loss of consciousness is a medical emergency. That requires emergency medical services and emergency critical care. Yeah. Taser gun. Okay. Taser gun. Gotcha. The police will never show anything in the news that makes them look suspicious or bad, but everything that makes them great. Absolutely. That's a given. One for sure. This was so sad. My sons are his T brother. I'm sick of Monroe police in and out the jail. Yeah. You know, guys, one thing I will acknowledge that I understand that everybody is hurt by this. You know, this was tragic. This was ugly. This was inhumane. It was every adjective that you can think of. That's just horrible. But we have to, from tonight, let's grieve. Let's send our love to the Tunstall family. And then tomorrow we wake up, let's be activists. Let's be mad again enough to start calling, emailing, texting, writing letters, standing in front of there, posting up, protesting, whatever it takes. Make sure that people in Monroeville, your leaders and all of them, make sure they know you're not playing this time. They've gone too far. This was ugly. And that video is going viral, Monroe County. I mean, I just want you to know. I don't know what you think that makes you look like, but it makes you look like that. Okay. All right. So what is this? Narcan is not administered. Okay. Now, I don't know anything about all the legal and the medicine and all that kind of stuff and the report and everything. I don't know anything about that. I'm not speaking about that tonight. Let me make that very clear because I don't know all the details. What I am speaking on tonight, if you are just tuning into the Ella Johnson show, is the video because that is out there. Okay. Pretty says again, they wear them, but majority of the time the body cams are not on. When you ask for a release, all they're going to say is, I don't have one. Been there before. Really? I tell you one thing you guys need to do is y'all need to definitely get involved in the laws that are made in Monroeville. You need to definitely make sure. I understand that y'all had a representative or someone that was coming to town. Did that already happen? Because if it didn't, y'all need to get prepared, get your notes, and get some questions. Okay? Y'all need some answers. Y'all need some action. Y'all need some better laws. All right? Because that's where everything boils down to. What's the law? If it's the law, then you got to change it if you don't like it. That's real talk. And you need to get involved in that. Your city council meetings, y'all need to be going. You need to be going to your city council meetings. That I'm sure that Anthony Thomas would love to see you guys show up at the next city council meeting because he loves the community. And I'm sure he would welcome your questions. And I'm sure the mayor would too, even though I understand that you have to, it's more scripted in these meetings. You know, you can't say certain things. You can only say if they're so long. And if you say something you shouldn't say, they're going to stop you. Try it anyway. Okay. They can't stop all of you. Go to your city council meetings. Get involved. Know what's going on in Monroe. Real talk. LK says Alabama is not among the states that require mandatory statewide body-worn camera usage. 2023 law. This law dictates that body cam footage is not public record. It allows the personal representative of a person recorded, such as family members, to request to view it, but the agency can deny the request if it impacts an active investigation or prosecution. There it is. There's a reason right there. It impacts an investigation. Well, I mean, you know, listen, guys, I never said this was going to be easy because it's not going to be easy. They're going to throw everything at you. Okay. But we as a people, we as a community, we're in this together. We have to keep it going. Now, I'm doing this live tonight, and I'm going to keep doing it. You know, I want to take direction from the family. I'm going to meet with them after this call tonight. We're going to talk, come up with a plan. I am going to be in town this weekend. We can go live somewhere, bring a lot of people together. I would love to do that. Let's see. I want to, if you guys are down for it, let's do that so that we can keep this momentum going and go live. Because everything we do, we need to put it out there in the media. 1000%. Put it out there in the media. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we got to do it. So don't let people make you feel intimidated. I don't deal with my stuff in social media. Okay. Well, we are. We are. And if you don't want us to talk about what you're not doing, then I suggest you do the same. Alabama does not require police officers to wear body cameras. Oh boy, here we go. There it is. So there's a possibility that they didn't even have on body cameras, guys. Now what? Do you think they're going to offer up a body cam footage? They know they did something wrong. Think about it. So now what? What do we do now? If they're not required to wear body cam footage, now what? What do we do? It's a good question. Alabama policy is once tased, an EMT should be called to check vitals. Really? So how do we know for a fact that he was tased? Do we know for a fact that he was tased, or is that something that we're thinking happened? How do we know for a fact he was tased? And did he have a gun on him? Was he a threat to the police officers? Like what happened? We need to know what happened behind that house that made them feel like they needed to tase him. Was they trying to stop him And that's why they tased him. He was running and then they tased him. I mean, like, there's so many questions. I don't know the answers to all of that. No justice, no peace. Time to stand and speak up. Change, change, change. Senators usually return your call or email within 24 hours. Not a long wait at all. Perfect. Thank you, dear. Bring that number up again. Okay, just keep putting it in there because every time I see you put it, I will bring it up. So I want to make sure that everybody gets that. And you can call tonight. Call tonight if you want to. I know they're not there, but leave a message. And then call tomorrow again. I'm going to be called. And you have to be a resident of Alabama, I think, for them to record it. As of early 2026, there is no Alabama state law that mandatorily requires all municipal police officers, including those in Monroeville, to wear body cameras. However, if a department uses them, they must follow specific state regulated procedures regarding access to the footage, which was last updated in a law that took effect on October 1st, 2024. Okay, exactly. The best way to get results. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're gonna be different kind of activists in this. We're not gonna just get out there and on the courthouse steps and we're going to do something like this. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna make sure that all the what we want eventually is everybody in Monroeville that has a leadership role that works for Monroe County. They're gonna have to come up. They're gonna have to speak up. Or I'm going to remind you to remember that when it's voting time. When it's election time, I'm gonna remind y'all. All right, now y'all remember when Mr. Tunsil died. You see how they didn't come out? Remember that. Get new blood in there. This is, if you want to make a difference, then you may have to start electing new people. Okay, you got to elect people that don't need to be told to come and see you when your family member die. You need to make sure that if somebody that's an elected official is in social media and they see what's going on and they got to wait to be called out, remember that. Remember it. Just saying. They really messed up. Why didn't they wait for the paramedics? Someone who is trained. I agree. That's exactly what we're saying here. My comment is in response to why the police didn't take the victim directly to the ER. Okay. Yeah, that is something that is definitely that's on the minds of everyone. And that's something we want our police department, mayor. This is what we want to know. Why did your officers not wait for the ambulance to come for Mr. Tunsil to work on him and give him aid immediately? Why did you take him and drag him, put him in a police car and take him to the detention facility instead of straight to Monroe County Hospital? I think those are reasonable questions. We want answers to that. Fair? Yeah, I think that's fair. We need those answers. All right. Cangela says, no matter what happened to this young man, those cops had no business dragging this young man in the street like a dog. I send prayers for my classmate, his mom and family in my hometown as well, as for justice to be served. Thank you so much, guys. Listen, we're going to be winding this live up soon. I just wanted to come here tonight, preach. I just wanted to come here tonight just a little bit. Here's the number. This is your senator's numbers right here, guys. Please, I want everyone right now, take this down. 334-261-0843. 334-261-0843 or 334-261-0860. Call these numbers tomorrow, and I want you guys to speak what we've talked about tonight. Ask questions, demand answers, demand a response to what happened to Ammarin Tunsil in Monroeville, who died in police custody. We want answers. He died in police custody. And we believe that what their actions may have contributed to his death. Okay? It may have. And that's me saying allegedly because we don't know. We don't know if what they did. We don't know if he was just under the influence. We don't know. I mean, they say there was an OD. We need a toxicology report to know that, right? You got to know what was in his system to say that he OD'd, right? So I don't know how they knew that so quickly, but we'll find all those answers, right? We'll find all those answers. That's what we want. Monroeville community needs to come together and get something done here in Monroeville. These officers are very corrupt. with all the stereotyping, harassment, racism, abusing the community has to stand up and stop this violence. Now, you know why I'm so glad that you guys are coming with these comments? Because now the city council won't think that I made it up, right? You know how y'all like to blame me for stuff? I wear it proudly. But now you're hearing it from the community. Yeah, these are also some of the same people that voted for y'all. These are the people that make sure you have that job, city councilman, okay? Because if they don't vote for you, then you won't win. So now they're asking you as well. They're needing somebody to stand up for the community. And maybe that's not your job. Maybe it really is the mayor's responsibility. Maybe it has nothing to do with you guys. That's not your scope to deal with with criminal stuff and all of that. Maybe it's not. But then say something. Do make them feel some kind of way, like y'all give a damn. That's all I'm asking. Just just do that. That's all we're asking. Thank you, Ella. You're welcome, dear. Anytime, love, anytime. Kenneth says these cities departments are known to have body camera programs, but again, this is optional, not mandated. Birmingham, Montgomery, Mobile, Huntsville, and Tuscaloosa. Guys, this is going to be a shame. Now, this is where it's going to get really sad, is if there was no body cam footage or if there is body cam footage and they won't release it. Then we're going to have a whole different fight on our hands. Because then, if that's the case, then how will we know what really happened to Mr. Tunstall? From the moment they captured him behind that building until the moment they put him in there, until he took his last breath, we will never know without body cam footage. Because they're not going to tell the truth. We know that, right? So I don't know what other ways are there to know what really happened if there's no body cam footage. And that's just me thinking out loud. She says, I am praying that Monroeville citizens come together and take a stand. Years ago, I would get phone calls about things going on, happening to people, and nothing was done. The time is long overdue. Stop talking about things and start trying to do something together. There is no justice. It's just us. Very good point, dear. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you guys, I remember when I was told that there were crimes going on in Monroeville and the police were not investigating it. I got involved. I came to Monroeville, did a peace rally, and although people were excited to see it, they were happy to see it, but they were scared too. They were scared to come to that square and stand up for what they believed in. They were scared to take a stand. Okay. And I get it. And what they were saying to me is, look, Ella, you live in Orlando, Florida. We have to live here. The fact that they know they had to live there and be subjected to something, to people that may intimidate them, that is sad. That breaks my heart, guys. That breaks my heart for my community. Well, this is a new day. This is a new time. And this is a new moment for us to do something big. We can't miss this moment. All right. Because of fear or whatever. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. Don't be afraid. I want y'all to flood the phones tomorrow. Call Mandy. Call her. She's going to send you to SBI. Then call SBI, flood their phones. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. The squeaky wheel gets the what? Oil. 1,000. All right, guys. We're almost out. To cover up BS. No, a dead man can't speak, but we live to tell it. We his voice today. That's right. We are his voice today. They obviously took him to the detention facility to say, oh, he died on the way there. We didn't know anything about it until we got there. A whole damn time we looking at a video of this man taking his last breath. As you guys are dragging him, I'd be on Monroeville's ASS like back pockets, even if it causes everybody job. Okay. All right. Crystal said the truth doesn't need a script, but here you go. All right, guys, I want y'all to take a look at this because I wanted this. You're right, Crystal, but I think that this is going to be necessary for people so they can get their words right, so that it makes sense to them. Crystal says to state official name and title, the in reference to intervention into denial of civil rights and medical care. A citizen died in police law enforcement custody after use of excessive force. He was denied medical care and died. He was not taken to the hospital, but to the jail where no emergency critical care was available. I anticipate your intervention to assist in the upholding the constitutional rights of the young man and his family who is grieving. All right, guys. Okay. All right. So please, everybody, take this and put this into, when you go to that link that LK put here, go to that link and there's your script right now, what you can say. Read this over the phone too. Use this when you're on the phone talking to them. And because I think it's important, because I know when you're on the phone, you're a little nervous maybe because you're like, I don't know exactly what to say. What am I supposed to say? And that may intimidate you from calling. I don't want anything to stop you guys from calling. Okay. So here's your script. This is what you want to say when you call, and get them to listen to what you have to say. Okay. So thank you, Crystal, for that. I appreciate you. I know I could depend on you. You're the best. Did the police have a warrant or probable cause for his arrest? Very good question. Does anyone know the answer to that? I do not know. I tried to look and see if there was a warrant. There was nothing that was available yet. But that's a good question. So if anyone has the answer for that. Now, Vicky says yes. Vicky, are you saying yes to Crystal's question? Because I really want to know. I got it now. Monroeville, if you stand up, your child is next. Okay, did you mean if you don't stand up, your child is next? Oh, if you stand up, your child is next. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Protest, gather at the police station, arms together, take a stand, demand all involved are terminated. Okay. Sounds like y'all got to have some boots on the ground. You have to get on the agenda for all city meetings. Very good point. Thank you. So that's a good question. That's a good comment as well, Daphne. You have to get on the agenda for city meeting. That is true. That is absolutely true. You have to call a request to be heard on the city council. They have to grant you that request. I remember when I was trying to get on, they emailed me and told me don't show up. The nerve, right? The nerve of you for emailing me and telling me not to show up to a city council because I wasn't going to get to speak. And I showed up on the front row with a pink wig. Make sure you don't remember. Don't forget that I was there. Listen, guys, you can't be intimidated by these people and what they're saying. You have to go for what you know. If you want to really make a difference, you're going to have to be different. You can't be status quo. You can't be that kind of person that waits on people to tell you what to do. No, you got to demand it. You got to demand it. The days are gone of just sitting by letting people just run over us. We have to step up. We have to step up. You can't be afraid. And those of you who just want to sit around and talk about what needs to be done, no, because I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now what people are saying about this live, especially the people that are so proper. They're saying, I don't know why Ella is on there sitting there talking and trying to rile people up. She don't even live in Monroeville. This is what I'm talking about. They always trying to do stuff on Facebook. They're always trying to get out here and just make a big deal about everything, you know? Well, at least I'm fair. I make a big deal about the police just as much as I do the pastors too. It doesn't make any difference to me. Right is right, wrong is wrong, right? Okay. So don't y'all let nobody turn y'all against me and be like, oh, I can't believe you were watching Ella Johnson show. Ella has good intentions. I'm not trying to be messy, but I will if we need to be. Ordinances can be passed in Monroeville. Laws are made in Montgomery and Washington. Okay. Ordinances can be passed in Monroeville. Laws are made in Montgomery or your state's capital and Washington, D.C. Very good point. Khadija says, okay. Crystal says, but they can't suppress the video captured by a private citizen. Ask the officers that murdered George Floyd. Amen. Now that wraps it up right there, Crystal. Thank you, sugar. Whoever took that video, God bless you. God bless you, or we would have never known. See, you see the power of being able to have those cameras? I'm telling you, they can't deny that. And whoever did, make sure you keep the original safe. Whoever did it, take that original and put it somewhere safe. Because we don't want no funny business to happen. And now, you know, it's all on social media as well. But you might need that original one day if it ever comes down to it. I'm just saying. All right, here we go again with the number, guys. Please, I want y'all to write these numbers down. If I'm not mistaken, Al Brutons is pro tem for the mayor. Okay. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that, April. Pretty says, and that's just from what we saw from the front of the building, but who knows what they did to him before they drugged him into the camera. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What happened behind that building? This is your second district congressional representative. So I want you guys to go through these notes after the show and click on the link to all of these. Here are your representatives, wear their phone lines out. They care about your vote. That's right. If it was OD, why those slave catchers drag him like he was a runaway slave trying to be free from a plantation? Okay. Fonzo says the decision not to transport him directly to the hospital. Okay, here we go. The decision not to transport him directly to the hospital appears to have been influenced by financial considerations, particularly the potential for medical expenses to be borne by the city of Monroeville. Consequently, he was taken to a detention facility where arrangements for medical assistance were anticipated, including the possibility of requesting an ambulance. Unfortunately, those measures did not prove effective or yield a favorable outcome. Okay. So financial considerations is why they didn't take him to the hospital. Is that what you're thinking? Okay. I think it was reckless, and I think it's the thing that makes this so horrible. I'm gonna try to look at all of these guys. We're getting ready to get out of here. If there is body cam footage and they didn't do anything wrong, why not release it? Because they did do something wrong. That became clear to see when they told the first lie. Okay. This is something to consider. Maybe they took him to the detention center to possibly put drugs into his system as a cover-up. Something is not adding up. Okay. And these are definitely all opinions, guys, of my viewers. I can't speak on this because I don't know all of the information, but I am bringing these comments up because I want people to get it out, what they feel and what they believe. But I will say this. It may seem like, oh my gosh, you mean they will put drugs in him just to cover this up? I've seen worse. So it's not far-fetched that something like this would happen. I mean, y'all saw what happened in Alabama where they made up all these they were planting drugs on all of these black men. The police were doing this. That was a big undertaking over there. I think it was in Dothan. See, the Dothan or Andalusia. So I don't put anything past police. I don't. After I saw what happened with Johnny D, nothing surprises me when it comes to police. Sorry. It happens. And that's why we're here tonight to concern this. Marola, if you don't stand up, your child is next. Okay. Thank you, Crystal. She says, if you don't stand up, your child is next. It's true. I'm just excused, but if not, I post my concern and the shim won't threaten me or my folks for being upset and post it. I don't understand, LaShondra. Say that again for me, dear. I didn't get that one. There was a warrant, I believe. Okay. So there's the question, Kim. There's the answer that we believe there was a warrant for his arrest. And that could be or not. I'm not sure why they were chasing him and it led to what it did. I don't know. I don't know all the I did try to look and see if there was a warrant. I couldn't find it. Let me just check. Is it okay if I can respond and the shim won't threaten me for being concerned about my city? No, LaShondra, I think I understand what she's talking about because she shared a video before and was given a lot of backlash for it. Well, you won't. No, you do what God puts on your heart to do, sweetie. You know, don't be moved by what people say or any of that. Whatever God puts on your heart to do, you do it. Real talk. Hi, Ms. Margaret. How are you? I'm so glad that you're watching and with us tonight. All right, guys, I'm going to take a few more of these comments and then we're going to get out of here. I know you guys are tired. What are people afraid of? Our ancestors went through a lot for us to be able to take a stand. Make your voice be heard. As long as you are peaceful and united, they can't hurt anyone. People up there have always been talkers. Stop it and start being more hands-on. Involved Monroeville has too many skeletons in its closet. I know I can remember calls from people, black and white, talking about people and things, especially in the courthouse, police station, and mayor, but I was asked out. I was asked not. Okay. All right. Sylvia says, will the district attorney determine whether the officers will be charged or not? Definitely praying for the city. That's a good question. I think that that's another thing that everybody is wondering. Will they be arrested? Um, and I guess that all would that has to be determined. I think they have to really look at the evidence and see, did they cause his untimely death? Okay. I know the report says there were drugs in his body and all this kind of stuff, and I don't really know what can come of that, but I don't know. We're still searching. I can't speak on any of these questions because I don't know. I don't know. That's why I want to wait to another broadcast so we can get more information. Based on my personal experience, I once suffered a seizure while in a detention facility and was transported to the hospital with the associated medical expenses billed to Monroe County rather than to me. Following a second seizure, however, I was released from custody as it was indicated that the cost of continued medical care was becoming a financial burden on the city. Really? So he was taken to the hospital from the detention facility. Okay. All right. Joe Andrews says, and they do have cameras on the back of the building, housing authority. Okay. Now we're talking. Really? So I hope that the housing authority, I hope somehow they don't get erased. I hope they don't get erased. So hopefully that has been turned over to the state. That's a very good point, Joe. Thank you so much for that information. All right, Kenneth says, even in our darkest moments, love speaks louder than pain. Today we lift Ammarin's family in prayer, asking for strength, comfort, and justice. May his light never be forgotten, and may our voices rise together until truth is heard. And I think that will end our broadcast. Thank you, Kenneth. I don't think we could have said any more. I want to say to the Tunstals, please give me a call right after this broadcast. Let's talk. I think that we really should get a private autopsy done. And with all of the people here, I think you guys all agree that we can pay for that. All we need to do is get a GoFundMe going, and we can do that. But we do need answers. We need to know things like, was there body cam footage? When can we get it? What's going to happen to the officers? We need answers. But I want you guys, please reach out to your senators and everybody that you can, get their opinion on this, hear what they have to say, but we're not sitting around waiting on the people in Monroeville to do anything. They'll be remembered for this moment if they don't. Real talk. So thank you, Anthony Thomas, for being a city councilman who came to the broadcast to share his concern for the family. I mean, I think that we have to always, we were talking about wasn't concerned. He showed up, he was concerned, but it's more than just showing up. We got to do something. You too. Private autopsy needs to be done immediately. I agree. That's why we need to get that GoFundMe going so that we can get that money in there and hire a person to take care of the autopsy for him, because we do need a private one. All right, guys, this was not something planned tonight. I just wanted to come in. I hope that, this will get us going. And I know it's nothing that I can say to you, Tunstall family, that's going to bring him back or even make you feel better right now. I know it hurts. I don't know what it's like to lose a child, but I can only imagine. So I just want you to know that we care about you. We, the community, care about you. And I just wanted to do this broadcast tonight on behalf of the Ella Johnson Show, being the host, and to let you know that I'm here. We're going to go live more and more, as much as you want me to. When you're ready to come on and address the community, please, let's do it. But I will be in Monroeville this weekend, and I'd like to see you guys, and I'd like to go live from Monroeville at a location that I will announce at some point. Okay? All right, guys, y'all have a great evening. Thank you all so much for coming into this short broadcast. If it was working, budget cuts everywhere, prayers for the family, all neighbors, witnesses that will be with them. All right, guys, have a great evening, and I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show. We'll see you next time.
We are supporters of the Ella Johnson Show. We live in South Korea. We have been watching Ella Johnson Show for like a year now, and we love her show. Her show is very inspirational, motivational, and educational.
If you would like to be a guest on The Ella Johnson Show, send an email to theellajohnsonshow@gmail.com or send a text message to 407-334-6997.
We love Ella Johnson Show.